It's the finals on MasterChef, The Professionals. And only the 6 most exceptional chefs remain.
The smallest error, I'm out today. Even if I do everything I can, it might not be enough. That's the level of competition right now.
There's a few challenges left. My head is, can I get there, can I get there, can I get there? And I would love to.
Today's massive. I can't get anything wrong. Taste, taste, taste. Season, season, season.
Now, they battle for a place in the last 4.
Wow!
Only the best will get the opportunity to cook for a dining room of culinary legends at Chef's Table.
It was perfect. I really, really enjoyed this dish.
It's not far away from the final. Sometimes I just don't believe it when I think about it.
It's all about pulling out the bells and whistles now and really just going for it.
Getting here is great and you've showed you can cook, and now this is how much do you want it. And then the rest is up to the gods, up to the judges.
At the end, only one chef will be crowned Professional MasterChef Champion 2021.
Our chefs must not lose focus now. There are some fabulous opportunities in front of them.
This is going to be one great battle.
You right now are competing for the right to cook at Chef's Table to some of the best chefs in the country. We want from you today a dish inspired by somebody special to you. At the end of today, 2 of you will be leaving the competition. 1 hour, 45 minutes, off we go.
Lancashire-based sous chef Matt has impressed cooking highly inventive dishes using ingredients often foraged from his local countryside.
I wanted to dedicate this to my mum. She brought me and my sister up as a single parent. She's done a lot for me, she's done a lot for my sister through the years. I'll always be grateful for that. So my mum's favourite dish is a frangipan. But I've done it a little bit different. I've done it with meadowsweet, which is a wild herb. It has sort of like an almondy flavour. But I've also baked a peach into it. My mum loves stone fruit. She loves peaches, nectarines. She's constantly eating them. So I wanted to combine those 2.
Did your mum play any part in your love of cookery?
Definitely not, no. Bless her, she's not a very good cook, my mum.
Matt's dessert sounds very complex. The frangipan is going to be a little cake, but he's also got a peach sitting in the middle. Hopefully it's cooked through and it won't be too dense.
We've got peach stone brulee. Oh, delicious. When you cook the stone of a peach, there's a lovely almondy flavour that comes out of it. We've got a flowering currant vinegar curd served with amaretto sour on the side. Like that.
Private chef Aaron has had a strong competition with his classic cookery inspired by his family and travel.
So the dish I've dedicated today to my girlfriend, Gabby. We met in the kitchens of a restaurant hotel in Oxford. She was a chef, better than me, I'm ashamed to admit.
Tell us what the dish is.
Roasted fillet of turbot. That's going to be going with a yin-yang puree. So the yin-yang comes from the yin to my yang, which is the light of Gabby to my dark chaos.
I haven't seen you like this, Aaron. You're a man in love. This is a fantastic thing.
So the idea of the dish came from me and Gab's meeting on the fish section. So that was where we first bonded over a roasted piece of turbot. So it's only fitting that I put that on the plate. She's funny, intelligent, and I'm proud and happy to have her in my life, yeah, definitely.
I think there's some really interesting combinations here. Roasted turbot with a kombu beurre noisette. It's almost a seaweedy flavour running through his butter. We've got a little bit of cauliflower couscous, which is the shaved cauliflower. That'll bring a little bit of texture to the dish. We've got a cauliflower and lemon puree. We've got a lentil squid ink puree. He calls it yin and yang. The squid ink and the lemon, I'm not so sure about that combination.
Sous chef Ryan won a place in the final 6 with his modern take on European classics.
So, Ryan, what is your dish, then?
I'm cooking a lime, lemon, verbena and banana tart with a banana and passion fruit sorbet.
Ooh. Who's it all about?
So my dessert is dedicated to my mum. She used to be a chef, a baker and a cake decorator. When I was young, I used to bake, you know, like cupcakes and tarts and things at home, so that pushed me in the direction of being a chef. I want to do everything that I can to do my mum proud. You know, she's going to see it on TV. She's probably going to have a little cry. My mum means the world to me, and I want to show that in my cooking today.
This sounds like something quite delicious from Ryan. Ryan's going to make sure the pastry case is beautifully made, and then the frangipane mix needs to be cooked and cooled enough before he starts to decorate.
Banana, passion fruit sorbet. A marriage made in heaven. Rich, beautifully sweet banana with the lovely fresh acidity of the passion fruit. You cannot afford to make mistakes in pastry. Every element of Ryan's dessert needs to be just right.
45 minutes left. 45 minutes left, please.
Head chef Daniel has excelled balancing flavors and ingredients inspired by his native Portugal.
So I think it's really important to stand out today. I'm choosing to cook something very simple and hopefully make it really special. I don't know if that's too much of a gamble at this stage, but let's go for it.
Daniel, this dish today, who is it inspired by?
It's my grandfather's second favorite dish.
Why didn't you do his favourite dish?
I did on the first round, which was the mackerel mud.
Brilliant answer. Why your grandfather?
Everything. The way he respects everyone, the values that he gave to all of us. I'm very lucky to be part of his family, I would say.
And the dish in his honour, what is that?
Cooked white onions on the base, chorizo gel, quail eggs, and then on the top, puffed pork skin, and then a very light pea soup. And hopefully I can put a great dish together.
There is no two ways about it. Daniel's dish does sound delicious, but there is a simplicity about it. We've got blanched peas, we've got a cold pea soup, we've got onions and bacon, diced chorizo. I love the idea of the quail's eggs. We know these ingredients work, but where's the risk? Where is the point that you think, wow, I've never had that before?
Birmingham-based private chef Dan has fought his way to the finals, delivering innovative Southeast Asian and Chinese-inspired dishes.
I'm taking a risk. It's pastry. It's not my strong point, but you're on MasterChef. I don't want to be the person that didn't give everything a go.
Dan, who's the inspiration behind this dish?
My cousin Jake, he's a pastry chef himself. We're like brothers. We've grown up together, we've travelled together, gone around the world together, we did ski seasons together, like, we're close.
All right, so what is the dish, Dan?
Milk tea flavoured sponge. So milk tea is like an Asian drink. I'm going to do a miso caramel, custard crumble, with a honey ice cream and sesame twirl.
Your cousin Jake, does he know about this dessert?
Yes, but he basically said, obviously, he knows it's dedicated to him, so don't mess it up.
Dan's dish is a fab-sounding sponge. Got to be really light and fluffy. Milk and miso caramel. That sounds delicious.
Dan's sesame twirl. You want to be able to taste the sesame, but also it needs to retain its crunch. I think that's a great idea.
You have just 20 minutes left. Just 20 minutes.
24-year-old senior chef de partie, Liam, has consistently impressed with his technically precise dishes.
It's actually my girlfriend that I'm dedicating this dish to. She's called Georgia. She's full of support for me, so hopefully I can do her proud today. So this is one of the first dishes that I cooked for her and her parents when I went round to her house.
What a way to get in with the in-laws.
Yeah, they loved it then. I'm just hoping you guys love it just as much today.
What is this important dish?
Roast corn-fed crown of chicken stuffed with black truffle, 50-50 mash, spring pea tart, On the side, a chicken skin cracker and a chicken cream sauce with sweet wine and dried morels.
Liam, you need to get on, but I need to get out of here before I pass out, because that sounds fantastic.
Liam's dish is packed full of flavour, lots of combinations, a lot of work to do. This dish sounds delicious. Roasted chicken breast. Underneath the skin, we've got some lovely truffle to enhance the flavour. We've got pom puree, 50% potato puree, 50% butter, full of richness, fantastic. We've got a little pea tartlet. The tartlet has to be able to hold that beautiful pea puree. You can't afford for the tartlet to go soft. Liam's got a lot of work to do. He's going to have to get his skates on and, of course, get everything just right.
5 minutes. Just 5 minutes, please.
The ice cream's my biggest concern. I'm almost there. If not, I'll have to serve it on the side. It was struggling to set, but I think it's just about there now.
Yeah, just getting the final bits going. The yin and yang looks as it should.
60 seconds to go, chefs. 60 seconds. That's it. Stop, stop. Time's up.
Dedicated to his girlfriend, Aaron has served roasted turbot on cauliflower couscous, yin-yang puree made from cauliflower and preserved lemon, and lentils with squid ink, finished with a red wine, orange and thyme sauce.
I love the yin and yang symbols that you've made with your black and white sauces.
The denseness that you get from this lentil puree, contrasting with the light citrus that's running through the cauliflower, it is delightful.
The beauty of that couscous, there is a real herb freshness to it. This is fabulous.
The fish is beautifully cooked. You've got the big-bodied red wine sauce. It's a cracking plate of food, Aaron.
Feeling really, really chuffed with the comments. Could have been seen as a little bit cheesy, potentially, but, you know, they're the feelings that are riding in me. I think I did it justice.
Ryan's dessert, dedicated to his mum, is a sweet pastry tart and a lemon verbena frangipan and lime cream filling, topped with Italian meringue, chocolate tuile, and a banana and passion fruit sorbet.
Ryan, I think this tart looks beautiful.
The frangipan is delicious, but the tart is a little bit on the biscuit side. I like a tart to be a little bit softer.
The dessert is sweet with the amount of Italian meringue on there. And the frangipan, I had to go looking for it. There's not a lot in here.
Your sorbet is divine. It rocks between the sweet gooiness of a banana with the sharp fragrance of a passion fruit. But it is very sweet. I've got a very sweet tooth. I don't mind, but it is very, very sweet.
Feeling good and a bit nervous. There was a couple mixed ones in there that could just cost me. I got mixed emotions.
Dedicated to his grandfather, Daniel has served caramelized white onions, chorizo gel, blanched peas, poached quail's eggs, puffed pork skin, and a chilled pea and mint soup.
Cold pea soup's got the sweetness and a very light hint of mint, which I like. I like the texture of the pork crackling. It's delicious.
Wherever you go, you get chorizo and pea, which is delicious. But I'd love to have something else as well.
I love the rustic onions and those quail's eggs. They're absolutely on the button of perfection. Because you've based this dish around your grandfather, you can feel that love in this dish and you can taste it.
Thank you, Chef. Very grateful for those comments. That touched me a lot. My grandfather is the ultimate person for me.
Inspired by his cousin Jake, Dan's dish is a milk tea flavoured sponge topped with condensed milk and miso gel, honey ice cream, black and white sesame tuile, and a custard crumble.
The sponge has got moisture to it, lightness to it, and you've got the milky flavour running through it. The miso caramel that sits underneath is a joy at every mouthful that you go through.
That miso condensed milk is just fabulous. It is almost like a really dense custard, but there's not enough on it for the amount of the sponge.
The flavours are wonderful. That nectar honey in the beautifully made creamy ice cream is lovely. Really great flavours.
I got the flavours across I wanted, so I'm happy, but probably one of the most stressful days in the kitchen.
Dedicated to his girlfriend, Liam has served roasted chicken breast stuffed with truffle butter, 50-50 pomme puree, pea tartlet, chicken skin cracker with chicken liver parfait and maple gel, finished with a chicken sauce.
The chicken is beautifully cooked. You've got the truffle underneath, loves the crispy skin. The little tartlet brings a freshness to this, and that tartlet case is so fine.
Liam, for any young chef who is sat at home watching this now, what they've just witnessed is a masterclass in technical skills that you don't normally see from a chef of your age. Absolutely beautiful.
That mashed potato with the truffle finish, mate, I'm happy. I'd spread it on toast. I'm really, really happy. That is an absolute knockout smash of a dish.
At long last, what I've been waiting for the whole time. Jesus. I was waiting for Marcus, and for him to say that sort of stuff was yeah, really good. Cool.
Matt's dessert, dedicated to his mum, is baked peach inside a meadow sweet frangipan, topped with a peach stone brulee, fresh peach, burnt white chocolate crumb, flowering currant vinegar curd, served with an amaretto sour cocktail.
The idea is I want you to pick that little piece of paper up, stick it on the top of the brulee, then light that.
I hope you're not wearing any hairspray.
Nice. Chef, if I was you, I'd watch your beard. Right, light your match. Wow! Nice bit of theatre. Presentation, even though it was fun at the start, deserves to be sharper and smarter. But it tastes great. But you've got to love the flavour of marzipan. So much sweet amaretto flavour in there that the slices of peaches on the top are tasting almost unsweetened.
I am loving the peach, and it's so soft, it just breaks away. But there's a lot of frangipane, and it's getting quite dense.
The flowering currant vinegar curd, I'm not enjoying. The flavour brings acidity to the plate, sharpness, which is fine, and that works. But I just don't think it needs it. It's one stage too far. Interesting thinking, though.
I wanted them to have fun with the dessert. I'm glad they enjoyed that. But I think you're always a little bit disappointed when you hear negative feedback on a dish.
Wow, what a great start to the finals week. Doesn't get much better than this.
We are looking right now for the 4 chefs that are going to take part in Chef's Table. Who can deliver? For me, there is one absolute standout, nothing short of stunning dish, and that is Liam's chicken and truffle.
I thought today was when Liam showed the most confidence so far. It was beautifully executed.
I think our chef's table should definitely taste Liam's food.
Aaron's dish today, dedicated to his girlfriend, I thought really exuded the emotion that was needed to really sell the story of it.
The fish cookery was exceptional. The red wine sauce was full of flavour. He always brings passion and love to the plate.
Liam and Aaron are going through to the next round. They're cooking at chef's table. Who is going to join them? We have 4 more chefs and we have just 2 places.
To be in the final 4, to be able to cook again, to get to fight for another day, I would absolutely love that.
I was happy with what I did. I just hope it's enough to get me through. That's the issue.
If I went out today, I'd be absolutely gutted, but the chefs I'm up against, like, I've got no complaints. They're incredible. It's a competition, it's open, like, and it's the smallest mistakes.
I hope that my style helps me, because I'm a little bit different. But yeah, I don't know. It's all up to the judges, isn't it?
Chefs, all 6 of you came in here today and showed us your passion. And the people that you dedicated your dish to will be ever so proud.
There are 2 chefs here today who absolutely nailed it and presented knockout dishes. Liam, Aaron, incredible work. You are in our final 4. The first chef leaving us is... Ryan.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Take care, Ryan.
Keep it going.
The final chef leaving is... Matt. Matt, from all of us, thank you so, so much. You are our final 4, our incredible final 4. We will see you at chef's table. Brilliant. Well done.
I'm feeling a bit gutted. I felt like I did the best that I could, so, you know, I can go out proud.
It's been a fun ride while it's lasted, but yeah, I mean, just being able to do this and get this far it's been great.
The MasterChef Professional Chef's Table is one of the most prestigious events in the UK's culinary calendar. The exclusive guest list includes 8 of the country's most highly acclaimed chefs, who hold a remarkable 11 Michelin stars between them.
Having all those guys in one room and have their feedback, there's nowhere to hide. Your head is firmly on the chopping block.
I've cooked for some pretty important people in the past, pretty high end, but this group, they might be the toughest so far.
If I was going to compare this round to something in a footballer's life, I think it's like you knocking on the door of the Champions League final. It's going to be a big one.
It's going to be incredibly difficult, but how many opportunities like this will you have in your life? Say it happens once.
Welcome to Chef's Table. We have invited some of the culinary giants of our industry to come and try your food.
Do what you do brilliantly well and face the applause of the country's best chefs. You will never get an opportunity like this ever again. Chefs, let's go.
The finalists have just 3 hours to prepare one course each for today's prestigious dinner.
Yeah, I'm feeling very nervous, feeling the pressure. I've got a lot to do, a lot to get done, but like trying to enjoy the opportunity because this doesn't come around very often at all. Today's just huge for me, cooking for the best chefs in the country. I think it'll be different to what the other chefs are doing. Also a bit risky in what I'm serving.
Dan's the first chef to cook today in the kitchen, and he's making a really interesting dish. Trio of dim sum. Wow.
Dan's first dim sum is turnip cake, made with daikon, an Asian radish, and Chinese sausage.
So I'm grating up my daikon. I'm going to salt it, and then I've got to chill it down, then slice it, then pan fry it. It's a lot of process, so I need to get it done quite quickly because the turnip cake can take up to about 1 hour and 20 minutes to steam.
Dan's turnip cake is full of complexity. You have to get every stage just right before you can move on to the next point. This sounds delicious.
Why Chinese food today?
I grew up with it. Dim sum for me, you sit down, you have all these dishes together, and that's it, you just share and eat. That's what it's all about for me. My auntie showed me a couple of dim sum dishes. So she used to have a takeaway. She knows all the classics.
Has she tried these?
She has never tried it when I've made it, and I'm too scared to serve her. I'm really scared to serve the chefs it, but my auntie's, she's a different level.
Dan's second dim sum is his take on the traditional Chinese delicacy of chicken feet.
Chicken feet can be unusual for some people. They're quite gelatinous. I quite enjoy them as long as they're cooked properly and they're tender.
Still little bits of cartilage in. If it's too big, it'll just ruin the texture, so I'm taking the bigger pieces out.
Dan is serving his chicken feet with fermented black bean sauce, which have quite salty, savoury flavour, which I think works beautifully.
Dan's chicken feet will be presented covered with a delicate noodle sheet made from rice flour.
I love chicken feet, so does my dad. My mum can't stand them, and I think one of the reasons that puts her off is the look of them. So if you hide them, hopefully they'll want to try something new.
Daniel is presenting the fish course, poached turbot with parsley puree. Love the sound of this dish.
Prepping the turbot is gonna take time. It has to brine and then poach gently. I know the prep time is gonna go like 10 seconds. So it's gonna be run, 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 taste, taste, taste. Because the elements of my plate will be surrounding tomatoes, flavors of lemon and parsley, I'm gonna brine the fish in those flavors as well, so there is a connection.
Turbot is quite a meaty fish. It's quite big flavour as well. The marinating of the turbot will just emphasise that point.
While the fish brines, Daniel moves on to making a rich mussel liquor sauce, in which he will also poach the turbot.
At the moment, cooking quite a few different types of shellfish. I'm just looking forward to have this nice, good flavor it's gonna give me. I have really a lot of things to do today. I'm definitely feeling the pressure. Hopefully, I can have a good day in the kitchen.
Chefs, you've had 30 minutes. 30 minutes gone.
Private Chef Aaron is in charge of the main course, which he centered around barbecued saddle of lamb.
Aaron is taking his lamb and he's going to roast it whole on the bone. And then he's going to take it off the bone, brush it with some spices, and then seal it on the barbecue. That sounds wonderful.
Yeah, lovely. For it to be like that now is very good. So everyone's got a bit of a glint in their eye today. They all want it. So I need to make sure the food's great. If they receive it well, it'd just be a massive feel of elation, but got to get there first. This dish is paying homage to a holiday I went on with Gabby. I surprised her on her birthday and we went to Turkey. So we went into the old town and found this lovely little place and they just did lamb chops. You could smell the barbecue as you were sitting down eating. It was like that whole immersive experience of it. I want to try and bring that here today.
To maximize the Middle Eastern flavors, Aaron's lamb is seasoned with a Turkish spice mix of cumin, coriander, and paprika.
I've got my rosemary and mint brush. My spice is ready. I'm going to pour some lamb fat over that just to moisten it, and that's going to glaze the lamb at the end. When it goes on the barbecue, we're just looking for that to toast the spices, get a little bit more colour on the skin.
Accompanying the barbecued lamb is a spiced Turkish tomato and aubergine dish called Imam Bialdi.
So these are just going to be turned every 7 to 8 minutes, just until they're lovely and charred all the way around. It was due to be sunny today, I think, and then someone told the weather I was having a barbecue. And yeah, this happened.
Senior chef de partie Liam is in charge of the dessert, which is based around 4 key flavors of chocolate, tobacco, coffee, and pine.
Liam's dessert is full of complexity and flavours, technique and skill. It is a dish that is going to dazzle our guests if he gets it right.
I'm far from an accomplished pastry chef, but I've practiced, I've put the time in.
The aerated chocolate, which is the centre point of the dish, is slightly scented with tobacco.
It's like smoky, obviously. It works really well with the pine, it works well with the coffee, and it's a little bit different.
He puts that into a little vacuum-packed machine. You then suck out all of the air, the chocolate aerates instantly, and then he sets that in the fridge.
Liam is also doing a pine marshmallow, which sounds fab.
You want the lovely sweetiness, you want the pine aroma coming through, you want them to be light and chewy and full of sugar.
There's so much stuff going on here. Where did the inspiration come from?
I mean, a lot of the ingredients used a lot of up in Scotland where I used to work. We've got like pine and smoke. And techniques come from the place that I work at just now. I've been thinking about it for a while, so it's good to be able to actually finally cook it.
Very modern techniques are being used here. He's making chocolate and coffee liqueur granita. He's going to make his mix and then drop it into liquid nitrogen so it solidifies immediately. I do love the sound of this dessert.
Came up with this dessert with theatre in mind. I think it shows a lot of skill, a lot of risk. It's the last dish they're going to eat today, so it's just executing it the way that I want to is going to be the tough part.
OK, chefs, you've had 1 hour. 1 hour's gone.
On the starter, Dan is working hard to balance the complex flavours of his third dim sum, prawn and pork dumplings.
A good prawn dumpling is all about a great filling, really well made, good seasoning. You certainly don't want to overcook your dumplings. You certainly don't want them dry. The timing needs to be perfect.
So I'm just cutting up the prawns, nice big chunky pieces to go through the dumpling mix. So in here, you've got some ginger, some wood ear, like a Chinese fungus, seasoned with Shaoxing rice wine, soy sauce, bit of sugar, just nice fresh flavours that go together.
With his dumplings assembled, Dan moves on to the most delicate part of his chicken feet dim sum, the rice noodle sheet.
Not great, they could have been going a lot better. So the rice noodle sheet is sticking to the tray. This is how delicate and thin they are. I'm hoping I can get it done still, because I think it's an important part of the dish. It's going to be very tight for timings. We'll see how it goes.
On the fish course, Daniel's turbot is ready to be gently poached in the mussel liquor.
I really need to make sure that the fish is cooked beautifully.
Daniel's got Castelfranco, which is a chicory-style salad leaf, so he's lightly wilting it down with a touch of sparkling water. I like that type of touch. I like the way Daniel uses ingredients.
I think I'm on track, but the second I slow down, I won't be on track.
Yeah, bang on. They're nice and soft, not too burnt on any of the sides. They'll have a nice smoky flavour going through there, and that's what we're looking for.
Getting the right smoky barbecued flavour into the aubergine is the key to a flavourful imam bialdi.
Imam bialdi is the aubergine, it's coriander, it's cumin, full of flavour. Got to get the spices just right, got to get the seasoning right, and of course you want the aubergine to really come shining through. The lamb should be beautiful and pink in the centre, with the flavour of the barbecue running through the lamb itself.
It's a little bit difficult. You could overcook one side, you could get a bit of a nasty grey line, but, you know, it's great flavour, great smoke.
This is going to be all about the skill of the chef.
Wicked. That's it.
Over on dessert, Liam's making an ice cream flavoured with beurre noisette, brown butter.
I'm not actually churning the ice cream, as you would do normally. I'm not using an ice cream machine, I'm just setting it straight into tubs. And that'll be like a chewy sort of texture, which is really nice.
Really curious about this ice cream. I hope you get the nuttiness of the beurre noisette, not just a thick, cold butter. I don't think that would be very pleasant.
So this is the marshmallow, just about set, which is the texture that you want. So I'm actually really happy. So now I'm going to put it on the end of a stick, and then just before service, I'm going to blowtorch the top of it and then finish it with some pine gel.
Just under half an hour to go, Dan. How are we doing with your dim sum?
The rice noodles have been a problem. I've been doing over again. I've almost got enough sheets now, but I'm very up against it right now. I'd be happy to get everything done.
OK, come on.
The guests attending tonight's event are some of the most innovative, exciting chefs working in the UK today.
I think it's a massive opportunity for the chefs today, you know, cooking for some amazing people in this room that are going to be looking for some spectacular dishes. It's go big, go home.
I can't imagine the pressure they're under. I run a very big restaurant, but I'd rather do that than do what they're doing today, so hats off to them.
Still have a couple of things to do, so I really need to get going. I have to make the sauce sphere, flavors of shallots, lemon and tomatoes. I want to make a nice parsley puree. It's gonna bring a lot of freshness to the plate.
At this stage, it's not about playing it safe, it's about pushing yourself to be the best you can be.
So this is the chewy brown butter ice cream, just the texture I wanted. A little bit of salt in there just to pop the sweetness. I'm happy with it.
Every year is coming stronger and stronger. So what I'm looking today is for a new technique and a wow.
So the lamb's looking good. Just need to rest it now. I'm going to finish the jus. Make sure the flavour of that's good, the reducing's right. I'm going to infuse it at the end just to give it some nice aromas.
Chefs, your guests are arriving. I'm going to go and join them in the dining room. I wish you four the absolute best of luck. Knock 'em dead.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sweet.
Last tray was perfect, of course it was. I've got enough for service now, but as I said, they're so delicate, if I tear them or anything, I've still shot myself in the foot, but ran out of time to make more.
We don't want to see things that's been ripped out of books. We want things that are coming from their heart. Now it's time to weed out the ones that shouldn't be here and find the true champion.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, chef.
Looking forward to this.
Yeah, me too. First meal out for years.
Yeah.
15 minutes until your first course is served.
Turnip cake's getting pan-fried off now. My chicken feet rice noodle all ready to go through the steamer. Dumplings ready to go. Yeah.
Here's to a smooth service.
Yes, thank you, chef.
So we've got a trio of dim sum. I think there's going to be a lot of skill required to pull this off.
Right, Dan, waiting team are here. It's all down to you now. Let's get these plates out.
Yes, chef.
The turnip cake with the Chinese sausage, so a nice bit of spice will come through that.
Have you tasted the chicken feet? Are you happy with the texture?
I am. The texture's not for everyone, but that's why I'm doing it. So hopefully someone will try something new.
Do you know what? I haven't had chicken feet before. I think it's the first that I've ever seen on MasterChef.
Chicken feet is sort of stuff I like to do. You pick it up and you sort of really get stuck in. It's all down your chin and all over your fingers and stuff. Is it going to be like that, or have we got like an element of sophistication?
I've got to say, Dan, you're looking very calm and in control.
I feel I've got everything ready. Yeah, I always say, failure to prepare is preparing to fail.
Pork and prawn dumpling with apple, so loads of interesting flavours there for sure.
What's that on top?
This is my apple gel.
I'm looking for a really thin, juicy dumpling, so I can't wait.
Presentation is key to dim sum because it makes you want more. It's making me hungry. I'm very happy to be here.
Service!
Just so you know, you've got Michael Keynes, Matt Abbey, and Daniel Clifford in there. There's quite a lot of Michelin stars.
Fantastic, thank you.
I bet you're glad you didn't know that beforehand.
Very, very much so.
Dan has served a trio of dim sum. Turnip cake made with daikon radish and Chinese sausage, topped with spring onion mayonnaise and chili sauce. Chicken feet in fermented black bean sauce, topped with a rice noodle sheet and crispy shallots. And a pork and prawn dumpling, finished with apple gel.
The smell of this is amazing. I want to dive into this straight away. The chicken feet for me was outstanding. It was really, really, really good. The sheet of the rice noodle on the top and the chicken feet worked really well.
Really nice fermented flavour coming through and very Moorish. I enjoyed that.
I love a dumpling. I thought the texture was really nice. I thought the pork and the prawn was holding up together.
The turnip cake, you got this caramelization. It was a little bit spicy, but not too powerful.
Interesting starter. All three very different, full of flavour, and a great start to a meal, I think.
I really like the chicken feet. You've got the texture of the crispy shallots on top, just brings it together. Delicious. Brilliant. Love it.
A massive amount of work, beautifully done. He's done a good job.
Hi, Dan. Your dish, amazing. For me, the star of the three of them, it was the chicken feet. It was a different level.
Thank you for a delicious starter. My favourite was actually the turnip cake, really full-flavoured, full of umami. Delicious across the board, well done.
To pull this off in the time that you've had, you should be very proud of yourself.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Chef. I definitely think this moment will stick with me for the rest of my life. To get that feedback in that room, like, I don't want to say it's like a dream because it's a bit cheesy, but like I'm, yeah, floating on cloud 9 right now.
Daniel, you have 5 minutes left for service. Are you all good, ready to go?
Yes, Chef.
Are you going to try and enjoy this?
I'm going to try.
Super.
Turbot, the king of fish, delicate mussel, and prawns as well. I mean, you've got the echelon of the sea, basically, on one plate.
The main thing to get right here is cooking the turbot properly, the mussels, the prawns. He's got to do them justice.
Daniel, what's wrong with the fish?
It's breaking.
Spread the prawns out a bit more so it balances. Come on, Daniel, keep your head.
I'm expecting parsley puree, super green, super smooth, very fresh. A very intriguing dish.
What's left to go on the plates, Daniel?
Sauce, oils, the tomatoes on top.
Okay.
Seasoning is going to be key here, and also sauce vierge. I'd be interested to see how that works with the liquor as well. So some interesting twists there. What may seem to be classical may actually be quite contemporary in its execution.
Service, please.
It looks good. I'm looking forward to trying this dish.
Thank you, chef. I think it was quite a high amount of passion, and I wanted to get it so right, so right, so right. Could have been better.
Daniel has served poached turbot, charred prawns on chicory, parsley puree, mussel and olive oil liquor split with parsley oil, finished with a sauce vierge.
Smells delicious. I think it's a little bit more rustic than I was expecting in terms of presentation. Yeah, that maybe I was expecting something slightly more refined.
The turbot is being cooked perfectly. Even the puree of the parsley's got this amazing color, but I can't get the mussel flavor anywhere.
The prawns had a lovely char on it, which really brought out the sweetness. I thought the tomatoes worked really well.
I found the chicory underneath, you know, the bitterness was quite nice. I wanted a little bit more acidity in there, but I just think it needed a little bit more refinement.
There are some really nice elements of this dish. I love the fish cookery, but I just feel the sauce lacks body, needs a touch of seasoning.
It's nice, but it's not packing the wow that we normally get from Daniel's food.
Hi, Daniel. The cooking of the turbot was really good, so you should be proud for that. For me, personally, it needed a little bit more. It needed some more acidity.
It was a very summery dish, but some of the elements that have been put on the menu, like mussels, they've got to be tasted. But it was a brave dish and worthy of the challenge.
Very aware that the dish was not what it could have been. And I've practiced so much for this. And then this one opportunity that you only get once, I'm very upset at my performance today. Could have been a lot better.
Start's gone, fish course is gone.
Yep.
You're up next.
Yep.
You've got about 10 minutes left for your courses up.
I need to flash the lamb, get my plate set out, and start to dress.
So when I look in the main course here, the barbecue salad of lamb and the mambialdi, cumin and coriander lamb jus. Sounds delicious.
Really interesting to see lamb being barbecued. You can take it, it's got lots of flavour. I think the cooking of that's got to be spot on.
Has that come out how you expected?
Yeah, I'm very happy with it.
Aubergine's a difficult thing. It's a carrier of flavour and it's got its own texture. I like aubergine, but it needs that flavour to be penetrated into it.
A lot of freshness from herbs, acidity coming through. This course screams everything that's great about the Middle Eastern style of cooking.
What's that on top of the labneh?
So this is like a little spice mix. Cumin seed, coriander seed, black sesame and white sesame.
It'd be interesting to see the balance on the spicing and to see whether the lamb could stand up against the big flavours that have been put with it, really.
I think it's a dish that could really thrill. So, yeah, exciting to taste it.
Are you all done?
Yeah, all done. Service, please. So it was a bit of a marathon, probably the first marathon I've ever run. I think everything was on point. Yeah, I just hope you're enjoying it.
Aaron's main is barbecued saddle of lamb. Imam bialdi, made with spiced aubergines and tomatoes. Aubergine crisp. Strained yogurt with sesame. And a lamb sauce with cumin and coriander.
This is a plate of food that's been put together by somebody who's got a very artistic eye. To me, that looks like a Michelin-star dish.
Beautiful, very well cooked piece of lamb. The yoghurt that was on there as well was really rich. And then these bursts of mint that came through, it was delicious.
The aubergine was lovely and smooth. It had that richness. And then, you know, with the tomato and all the herbs running through it, it was still lovely and fresh as well. I mean, it was perfect. I really, really enjoyed this dish.
I think this is an absolutely fantastic plate of food, and you can't really fault it.
The lamb itself is absolutely fantastic. The barbecued flavour is great. The sauce is delicious. Great flavour.
Brilliant plate of food, great execution.
Hi, Aaron. The moment the dish touched the table, I think everybody just went, wow. The aroma that came off the plate was beautiful. It's very confident cooking, the way that you've added all the elements and all the spices that came together. It was absolute delight.
The lamb was cooked perfect. The sauce was great. I thought the aubergine was fantastic. And I tell you what, you've got yourself an absolute stonking dish. Well done. You should be really proud of yourself.
Yeah, that's great. That's amazing. I feel very proud, very honoured for all of them to enjoy it. It's a good day. It's been a good day.
Right, last course. You ready?
Yeah.
OK, good, let's go.
OK, cool.
Pine meringue and marshmallow. Pine is a lovely flavour.
Is he going to go for like a chewy texture in the middle, or are we looking for a crunchy meringue?
So what are the two different types of dots you got there, Liam?
So the first one I put on was a pine vinegar gel. It's just going to help to cut through the richness. The second one is a pine meringue.
Brown butter ice cream is one of my favorite ones when it's very well done. When it's super creamy, super light.
Got aerated chocolate. That's something not easy to make. Infusing it with tobacco as well, I think, is a very risky manoeuvre.
This is coffee molasses.
So a little bit more of the vinegar gel.
Yeah.
A lot of bold flavours on there. Be interesting to see how it comes together as a cohesive dessert.
Very brave to do a dish like this, but all the more excited then to taste it.
Right, final push, final finishing touches, Liam. Guests are waiting.
Who's chef? Service, please.
So organised. There was a lot of work that went into this dish. Can't wait to try it.
Thank you.
Hope they enjoy it.
I hope you do.
Thanks, Liam.
I'm definitely proud of this dish. I actually can't believe that I'm going to be walking into that room. I've watched this so many times on the TV, and now I'm here. Madness.
Liam's dessert is a tobacco-infused aerated chocolate, brown butter ice cream, pine meringue, coffee molasses, chocolate and coffee liquor granita, served with a pine marshmallow, topped with pine vinegar gel.
Visually, it looks really good. Lovely aroma of the pine. Really looking forward to trying it.
He has done the aero of the chocolate really nicely. I think that's delicate, it's very light, and I did get the tobacco through it.
I love the ice cream, love the coffee liqueur. I'm not particularly that fond of the sharp pine flavour.
The biggest disappointment is the vinegar, because you put the vinegar in your mouth, it's that sort of sharp, like, blow your brains out. Makes you stand back and think, not sure if I want any more of that or not.
Certain things were tasty, but sadly they didn't come together and become more than the sum of their parts, and they were kind of bullied by the vinegar at the end of the day.
I love the marshmallow on the side. That's got the pine running through it. The ice cream has got the burnt butter in there, which is very clever.
Not everyone is going to enjoy the amount of vinegar on this plate, but for me, the sharpness does really cut through the sweetness.
The smokiness from the chocolate was very subtle, but for me, I found the pine gel was just too strong, and it literally kind of wiped the palate of everything else.
Quite a controversial dish. You've used some interesting flavours, some big flavours, like Matt was saying about the pine. Well, putting that aside, you've got some amazing techniques on there. You've got some great flavours. So take that on board and smash the final part of the competition.
Thank you. Cheers, chef.
Not great. A little bit deflated now I've come out. Yeah, I was hoping for a bit more of a positive experience.
Yeah, not what I was looking for.
Cooking for these chefs was always going to be a tough one for you. The good and the bad feedback, take it on board and make them your strengths.
Well done, you should be proud. You should be very, very proud. But the journey's not over yet.
An amazing day. These guys now realise what sort of competition they're in. They've got to take the critique on board, they've got to keep on fighting, because pretty soon we're going to have our final three.
The trophy's definitely on the horizon. I'm not about to drop the ball just because of today. It's a great day and I'll celebrate it accordingly. But yeah, there's still work to be done.
Just taking every single ounce of everything from me. However, really feel that it's a blessing to have another chance.
There's one more round to go. I've got to put this behind me. It's going to be massive if I do progress through to the final three. I'm hoping to come in all guns blazing.
In the end, it was a very good day for me. I got some good feedback. It's a lot to build on. You know, sun's out now. I can go back, enjoy it, relax for about 2 hours before I'm thinking about the next one.
Next time, the battle continues
30 minutes left.
as 4 become 3.
Delicious.
And they fight for a chance.
It's brilliant.
To cook at one of the best restaurants in the country.
Allez, let's go.
Oh, wow. That is quite extraordinary.